Hey, we got Drewz Viewz back for another reaction video, and I'm doing Peaky Blinders on to season 2. So it's been a couple weeks since I concluded season 1 of Peaky Fucking Blinders, and so I gotta remember what's happening to catch up right now. I know that, well, it ended on a cliffhanger. I'll get to that in a second. But overall in season 1, well, first of all, I like the show. Cinematography's cool. They've got the music that's it's anachronistic, but it works for the show, I think. Acting's really good, all that kind of thing. And yeah, the story's pretty interesting as well. And one thing I said at the end, I think, of the season 1 finale is I want the story to branch out even further right now. Start working in all types of things. It's a little singular right now too. Like season 1 was pretty singular to Tommy Shelby, Cillian Murphy, and what he's up to, as well as Grace, the former undercover barmaid, and Inspector Campbell, Sam Neill, their storyline, which obviously converged quite a bit, but I want to see the world even branch out even further now. And yeah, so Tommy, he's kind of the type of guy that he's the boss of the family, and it is a literal family affair with his brothers and his aunt, Polly, but he's the brains of the operation, and he does basically what he wants, so he sets things up to knock him down, so to speak. So, you know, is he the most morally upright guy? No, but so far he's been successful. He had his eye on this guy, Billy Kimber, this horse racing boss, and in the last episode he defeated him and is apparently going to take over that empire. But with undercover barmaid Grace, or Grice as they pronounce it, she had split from Inspector Campbell, and she really is into Tommy. She actually I think she said she wanted Tommy to go to New York with her or something like that. I don't see that happening, but she seemed to, about that aforementioned cliffhanger, she seemed to see Campbell at the train, the inspector at the train there, meet up with him. Then we were getting a little intercut with Tommy reading a letter, writing, or whatever he's doing. And then it ended with a gunshot cliffhanger. I think he was pointing a gun at her, but I have a hard time believing he shot her. And of course he wanted to marry her and all this. He's a little bit, he's out of it. Well, people are hating on him all the time for not serving in World War I, even though he's an old man. I harped on that in season 1 a lot. But anyway, he's not a good guy either. He's a dick. But I don't think he shot her. So how's it going to resolve? Maybe it's the type of thing where he just he shoots away and misses her purposely, and that, or like, I can't do it, whatever. Or I think she has a gun, so maybe she pulled one out and shot him, which that also seems kind of crazy. But I guess it's more likely than him shooting her, honestly. But I don't know. I don't know what the other option is. A third party coming in shooting. I don't know who that would be. I don't think Tommy or anyone has arranged for an inspector to be killed, and how would they even know he was there? So I think it's one of the first two things I said, but it's kind of cheap if he just does the first one I said, where he just shoots. But I get that's probably my best bet. So well, anyway, I'm ready to get into it and find out. First though, need my trusty Peaky Blinders hat. Yes. Back on up and grab. I know it's back here, so yep. Alright, let's do it. Alright, still looking good. I don't have that Tommy Shelby or Shelby Boys fade, but it's a new song this time, not Red Right Hand. There he is, pointing the gun. Oh, she has a gun in her bag. No. Alright, so that was the second one I said. She killed him? Now she's really gonna have to go on the run now. He's in shock. Although I guess she could maybe say self-defense, because he was pointing a gun, but obviously, have a super complicated relationship. Well, so Sam Neill out of the show, just like that. 2 years later, oh boy, Alright, so they're doing the good old cliffhanger cut to resolution to time skip. So Ada had a baby with the communist character. I didn't even mention Freddy. Didn't mention that before I started this, but yeah, that's another one of the storylines. So that kid's got to be 2 years old now then. Alright, back to Red Right Hand. With a red right hand. Oh! That was a setup. Using some baby carriages to bomb. I think that was the Shelby's, was that the Shelby's base of operations? Funeral. With communist flags?
On. And I'd say a few words over his grave.
Okay, apparently Freddy's dead. The aforementioned father of that 2-year-old child. Wow. Gets written off screen, apparently.
And in the end, it wasn't war that took Freddy. Pestilence took him.
Pestilence? Is that illness?
You might come back to Birmingham.
So they were living elsewhere?
Sometimes when I think how I used to be, it makes me embarrassed.
So is it 1921 now?
We're planning an expansion. I'm taking premises in London.
I'm free.
To do what I want.
Let me do it.
It's all right.
So he's making big moves in London,
Have
apparently.
some men watch it out till the danger passes.
It's never gonna pass.
That'll be the bloody day.
Oh, yeah, I wonder why. So, in last season, Freddy was like adamant about not moving out of Manchester, I thought. But then I guess they're in London there when he died? Wonder if there's more to the story. Yep, so it was their spot. Is this the same cop from last season?
Shelby, got any idea about who done it?
Looks like it.
Something to do with the gas.
Confetti.
A confetti causing gas leak. The IRA?
These times have hungered and hardship. Business is surprisingly good.
I wonder why, like, I'm trying to think of history. At least in the States, in the 20s, the economy was really good. It was like the roaring 20s, and then the stock market crash happened. I thought that affected Europe and like a lot of the world too, but I guess because of post-war, the U.S. didn't get as hit as hard with that, or they actually made money off World War I, so maybe that's why the economy was good there, and in England and other parts it was bad. Because I wouldn't associate early 20s with being bad economy, but then again, different country. Now he's the scarecrow again.
Thomas Shelby.
Blew up my pub.
Anger defeats fear.
That's funny. Don't you think? A war about peace. Your name is Irene O'Donnell. You have a son at the Cherrywood Road School in Harborne. He has arms on his legs. His name is Sean. He comes last in every race.
Please allow me put a bullet in this scum tinker's head.
No, because then the show can't continue.
He researches his enemies. That's why he's been chosen.
For what? Wear it inside out.
I've got some information you might be interested in.
I thought this cop last season didn't like the gangs and like... Was he just saying that to the inspector? I wonder if what the IRA wants him to do is something involving the police. There's police influence.
Someone here had business with the king.
Oh, he's not
Major
dead.
Campbell. About time.
Crippled, at least.
In 7.5 minutes, the man in that cell is due to be hanged for murder.
Very specific time.
He says the man who hired him was an intelligence service chief of staff. An Ulsterman. Carries a cane with a wolf head handle.
Wouldn't be surprised if Campbell is screwing some guy over like this.
If you should ever have the desire to discuss this matter with anyone else, I know where you live.
Making friends as always. He's probably super bitter now about getting shot and crippled by the woman he wanted to marry. Oh, there's Arthur. Oh, he's
Arthur.
He just beat the shit out of an apprentice.
looking athletic.
Oh, damn, while we're waiting patiently.
Oh, so he hasn't given up the booze.
So, John, this company is a modern enterprise and believes in equal rights for women. And if it does, mate.
So this is the gypsy girl he married last season.
But perhaps indeed because I'm not a member, I can see things in a different light.
Lord.
So I'll get to my point.
That would be nice.
As my husband said, Shelby Company Limited is now very successful. But London, I have kin in Shepherd's Bush and Portobello. It's more like wars between armies down there.
Don't think that's gonna change his mind.
We've nothing to fear from the proposed business expansion so long as we stick together.
Give me the combination.
Give me the answers.
The Jews will have the worst of it. They need allies.
Yeah, but we don't.
We need a foothold at the southern end of the Grand Union. The Jews control Camden Town.
About this company believing in equal rights for women. You don't listen to a word we say.
Oh, he doesn't listen to men or women. Someone's getting banged. Oh. Probably just some random then, since that's Tommy. Closing his eyes, thinking of Grace.
You come back before you go?
I don't think he cares any about any small talk.
I wish just once you wouldn't pay me.
No such luck, sister. That classic Manchester fog. Which I'm assuming they have, well, obviously they do have it there as well as London. This is giving me Penny dreadful flashbacks. Because she was and Polly was an actress in that show, and she was like doing seances and stuff. That's what this is.
This girl has dark eyes, like mine. And she tells me she wants to talk to me.
Yeah, but it's a dream, though.
But if she does want to say goodbye, I thought this would be the place.
What'd they tell her? I don't know if she'd had that reaction if the woman told her the daughter was dead or wasn't. Or... It's Johnny Cash.
You come and find.
So is that what the IRA hired him for, to kill this guy? Or hired him, I guess, coerced him into doing?
I went to see Mrs. Price in the patch
They
last
probably
night.
made a mistake here.
They tell you what you already believe.
You tell a soul in this family, and I swear I will cut you.
Who the fuck is that?
It's Irish business.
Didn't realize they had a companion. I think the first time we've seen London on the show. A debaucherous club. Arthur being that guy. Well, Tommy must have known something like this was gonna happen, did this on purpose. Getting the razor blades out.
Didn't think so. Know where to find us?
You could have me pockets. Let's paint the town, eh?
No. Later on, I'm in the house. Just,
Is this Churchill?
keep your back turned if you must.
I need
He's
your
got a new
authority
protege.
to proceed with all urgency. Well, the end of the rope has been this man's destiny since the night he was born.
He's talking about Tommy. Still trying to get his revenge.
Wanted. Secretary for expanding business.
Slow down.
Must be able to take dictation and touch type.
He needs a new undercover secretary. Just not undercover.
8 o'clock, Monday morning. The upstairs office. Don't be late.
Now you're at war with Sabini.
Sabini, huh? This could be the new villain character. Oh, she's probably gonna be in danger somehow.
Your brother broke the rules.
I don't have a fucking brother.
Me and my friends here need a bit of female company. Let's go for a drive.
No! Hold a step. Get up!
Ouch. Killian's smooth face. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Franco. Take my name out of his mouth.
Oh, it's what's his name?
See how much I know about you? I even know what's in your fucking mouth. Yeah, you think that's what London's all about? You can just come down, pick a side. You fucking clown.
This is Campbell.
I suppose we should see if the bastard's still alive.
All right. So, pretty action-packed season premiere. Season 2 premiere there. Kind of bookended by, well, Tommy obviously, but getting to knowing your enemies sort of thing. So at the beginning, Tommy knew the Irish woman, the IRA people, I'm assuming that's what they were. He knew all about them, saying, oh, this is your son or daughter, whatever it was. And then at the end, Sabini there knows all about him, knows even his gold tooth and whatnot. I guess Saved by the Bell there, Saved by the Campbell, who just wants to use him anyway for his own purposes, get revenge anyway, but I guess use him in the meantime. We already saw from earlier, he let that guy die, so he's screwing people over as usual, he doesn't care. And like I mentioned during the reaction, he's probably bitter now, so we didn't see Grace at all. But I gotta assume she'll be popping back up. Tommy's trying to replace her maybe a little bit with that. Like, apparently there's a prostitute that he's hiring as a secretary now. So yeah, I guess his plan, well, he obviously underestimated what Sabini would do there. I guess his plan is like, oh, there's an Italian gang and Jewish gang in London. He's going to join the Jewish side, I believe. So that's why they went to that club to cause trouble. But yeah, it didn't seem like a great idea. Now Ada's probably going to get, or is already getting screwed over by it. I hope nothing too bad happens to her there, but that doesn't look good. Polly's going off the deep end a little bit. Well, she's, and I feel bad for the, kind of feel bad for John's wife, who's speaking her mind of the thing, and then and Paul agrees with her anyway, but won't say that, and then she gets in her face when she was just really trying to help her about, like, people saw you, people talking about you. But yeah, if you got the name Shelby nowadays, people are going to be talking, people know where you are. But yeah, I mentioned it during it, but it's, what is that actress's name? I'll look that up real quick, because she's in Penny Dreadful, which I mentioned before. She's kind of like a witch character in that. She does a seances as well, at least in one episode, if not multiple. She wasn't doing it, obviously, in this, but it's a funny little overlap for that actress. Helen McCrory, okay. Yeah, and in that show, she looks older. I think they put her more, she's supposed to be older or whatever in Penny Dreadful, but this, I don't know how old she's supposed to be in this. I mean, that actress, I guess, is like in her late 40s, but she has 2 kids that were taken away. We learned that last season. She told Ada about it. That's how we found out. I don't know if Tommy and everyone else knows. I don't see how they wouldn't, but she was saying don't tell anyone to the John's wife, but I guess maybe that was just about going to the seance or whatever it was. And she was so upset coming out of it, so like they just tell you what you want to hear. So I mean, she seemed like she thought that her daughter is dead already. Of course, there's no way to know, but then she had that reaction outside, so yeah. Good actress though. Acting's still good. Still some nice cinematography in this one, cool shots. Got a little Johnny Cash going in for the anachronistic music. And yeah, I'm sure Tommy has a way to figure all this out. I guess we'll be meeting this Jewish gang. We gotta find more about what's going on with the IRA here. And that's interesting that a woman is kind of in charge of that chapter or whatever it is as well. And there was some talk of like equal rights and whatever in this. Paul called him out. I'm not really feeling that even though I said it, but it's interesting they had that character introduced as well. Yeah, so we still gotta see where Grace is gonna come in. I don't know, maybe she is in New York, like she said she was going to, hiding out. Gotta assume she's hiding out from Campbell. The caned Campbell there. And the guy I was talking to, I don't think that was Churchill actually. It seemed like a different guy. I don't know, maybe someone in charge of the London police or whatever it was with the painting the model there, the nude model. But yeah, definitely a good premiere there. I'm excited to get to the next episode. And until then, this has been Drewz Viewz, Peaky Blinders, and I'll be back next time for Season 2, Episode 2. And until then, I'm out of here. Peace.
What the fuck is that racket? It's what they call music these days, brother.